Michigan's looking like they may be contending for a national championship. Right. I mean, for sure in the playoffs, but do you truly believe that they're contending for a national championship once they are in there?
I think they can get there. I don't think they win it. I would not, from what I've heard, I would not expect Blake Corum to play the rest of the year. I think he'll still dress the rest of these games, but don't expect him to be a factor. And obviously with Donovan Edwards, you saw it against Ohio State, massive factor for them. They don't even need Blake Corum, it looked like.
Donovan Edwards is a better back, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I've been saying that for weeks. I think Donovan Edwards is the better back.
Yeah. It's crazy how young that guy is and the immediate impact. I watched him at West Bloomfield. He is a baller, and he's going to continue to be that way. I mean, he could potentially go in the first round when he's draft eligible. Like, he's that guy. And J.J. McCarthy, he proved the haters wrong. That was a big showing for Michigan, and I think that they do go in and beat TCU, and then Georgia, Michigan, national championship, still give me Georgia. I just think that defensively they're just a better team, and Stetson Bennett and that squad. I mean, you looked at what they did against like Oregon week 1, they just ran right over them, and Oregon was a really good team still. Mm-hmm. So it's the fact that Michigan, yes, they have so many great pieces, but Georgia at the same time, they're just so stud built. I think that it's too hard to get over that hump.
I'm in a little bit of agreement. Like, I'm so torn because obviously last year once they faced each other, it was night and day difference. Like, Michigan got their asses whooped, hands down. And I remember too, I thought Michigan was going to win because I was all in the Aiden Hutchinson hype. I was all in the Ojabo hype because, I mean, deservingly so. Those guys, Ojabo would have been a first round pick had he not torn his Achilles during workouts. But once they faced Georgia, and I was told this too by Zach Shaw. He writes for 24/7 Sports and CBS Sports, covers Michigan, and he's like, Easy, you don't understand. Like, their backup tight end could play tackle for Michigan this year. Like, that's how good like Georgia is.
Georgia's tight end room is the deepest in the country.
Yes.
Like, they have 4 guys in their tight end room that could start for your college. That's how good they are. Mm-hmm. And it's the way that Kirby Smart has recruited, the same way that team has just been coached. And you saw it last year. They won the national championship, and I fully expect them to win it again this year.
I do think that, Georgia is the dominant force. Georgia.
Karaoke tomorrow night. See us.
I do think that Georgia is the dominant force. Georgia is obviously, big meat at the table. The bully you got to take the lunch from if you want to win.
Yeah.
You got to go get your lunch money back from Georgia if you want to win. But the way Michigan played against Ohio State, if they play like that, they can beat anybody in the country. It was impressive. They were doing it on all facets. I don't think Georgia is going to give up 20 yards of separation to receivers like Ohio State did, where CJ was just running free and JJ hit him with an easy pass. I don't think that's going to happen against Georgia, but if Michigan can open it up with JJ passing down the field, with them rushing the ball, with Donovan Edwards or Blake Corum and JJ using his legs, it's hard for me to be like, they have no chance, because they looked pretty dominant against one of the better teams in the country. That's exactly what I was
about to say too. The difference in this year is obviously last year was like possibly the best defense we've seen in college football history. Outside of that, obviously a lot of those guys went on to the draft. I think it was like 9 of that players from that defense went to the draft, and then JJ really is like the difference maker for me in that situation. Obviously, Georgia's defense isn't what it is last year, and they still have a bomb-ass team full of 5-star recruits, but the performance that JJ put on against Ohio State, which is another team full of 5-star recruits, is quite impressive, and it's night and day difference between him and Cade McNamara. Last year in the Ohio State game, Cade McNamara had 0 touchdowns, 1 interception, like 159 yards. JJ went out there and put up 260-some and 2 touchdowns? 3.
3 touchdowns.
3 touchdowns. And he could do it on his feet for you, too. Like, that's the only thing I'm conflicted by, but I hate to pull a Stephen A. I really just got to see it.
Yeah.